Hey guys, welcome back to day 3 of Facebook Awesomeness with Kevin Steineman and learning the new changes, and in this video the universal hashtags. So let me just tell you a little bit about hashtags if you're not familiar. I know like nowadays, especially depending on how old you are, you may or may not use them quite a bit. A lot of people are using them more and more, and really, it may not be known to many people, but these things, they used to be called the pound sign, by the way, like, which if you call like a customer service company, I mean for like AT&T or something, then what was I gonna say? Sorry, someone just texted me. I gotta turn my phone off so I can concentrate on you. So historically they were actually just called pound signs, and they were used to make groups from this social network that was pretty old. It's called IRC. You may not even heard of it. But then after that, people started using it, and what really made them famous was this one fire actually happened in San Diego, and they put pound sign hashtag is what they're now called, San Diego fire, and the only way for people to follow it was for people to actually go and subscribe to that hashtag to see the live updates of what was going on, right? And then after that, like, it just kind of became more and more popular from there, and people were like, okay, well, this is a good way to use these things. So now that you know a little bit about where they came from, let me just say like how you can use them to really market your business and have people find you that would be good connections to do business with, or maybe even become your customers. So you can use them to describe a mood, predict an event, and even a chat about a specific location. And because you're organizing this content, it helps people that are hashtagging. It's really one of the most important things to you as a business owner. And when you learn how to accurately do it, you can basically get more traffic and probably more sales, because the hashtags are targeting and categorizing your content in a way that wasn't previously done. So let's just take an example, like a hashtag like I love New York, for instance. It may be used by millions of people, but it's a very big hashtag that is used. So if you use that hashtag, your content is basically going into this bucket of all the other hashtags that are in that same I love New York hashtag. So you can use it like that, or you can use it in the way of the temporal value, as it's called. And what I'm really referring to right now and what I'm describing to you is, if you did watch my content strategy video where I talked about proactive and reactive marketing, the proactive would be like the example I just gave you of I love New York, whereas the one where I'm talking about is this thing working? Okay. So the one where I'm talking about reactive content would be one where it's an event that just happened, and it's something that you can go and react to and post about that, so you can get the traffic that's going to search for that content temporarily, and then you can potentially get like a burst in traffic than you normally would, right? But proactive, again, comes back to the point of you building it over time and just consistently posting about it so people know that's what you stand for. So we can take an event like the Boston Marathon bombings, right? That is something that was a temporal value hashtag, where it's also reactive marketing. So you could, for instance, if you were using hashtags back then, you could say so sorry, send my condolences for the people at the Boston Marathon, and then hashtag Boston Marathon bombs or something like that, right? What you would never want to do, of course, is like some type of direct marketing where, let's say you're a store and you say, 20% off explosive savings Boston Marathon bombings. That would be like, I don't know, like you'd have to be a big douchebag to do that, to be honest. So I would never think that someone has the lack of ethical sense to do that, but you never know. So I just say it that you don't want to be known as that guy who just like is promoting and using the technology for the sake of using it, even though it's not ethical. I mean, at the end of the day, that's gonna it's not going to reflect very well on you. So just throwing it out there so you know. Um, and let's just talk about some stats real quick for you know, business. Like why is it even important that you use hashtags? I mean, 58% of social media users already do. 70% of these users do it from their mobile phones. 40.7% said they do it to communicate personal ideas or feelings. So let's say like, you know, hashtag sad, hashtag scared, hashtag afraid, right? That could be someone who is like, maybe they're in like a haunted house or something, or maybe they just broke up with their boyfriend or girlfriend, you know. Um, Another like close to 15% of people said they use it to redirect audiences to external content like videos, articles, and links. That is basically like something that you would be using it for, where you're using a hashtag to get people to go watch your sales video or your opt into your page or something like that. Again, in the last 10% of people use it to promote other social and even corporate events too. So, you know, that's a great way to use it. Like, let's say if I have an event coming up right now, I could go ahead and um, post a hashtag about, you know, actually, look, my friend Angelo, he has this event going on, and I could go ahead and say, I could go ahead and put like 5K in 6 days on his comment there, and then now if I go and click on that hashtag, I mean, I think I'm the only one who has it, but basically what that's doing is I'm listing his post under that category. So if anyone happened to go and post that or post in that same category and they looked there, they could find this post and they could go to the webinar. So that's kind of giving you the idea of how to use this stuff, you know. But I want to go ahead and give you some more ideas because I really want you to leave this video with you know, a lot of different ways you can utilize this new change, which is actually very helpful if you're a smart marketer and you want to get a lot of leads and target the right people. So let me just list off a few ways that I wrote down earlier. You can use hashtags to curate content. What that means is you're using it to organize the content that you're distributing, and what that means is you're putting a name to what you've made so it makes sense. Okay, it's that simple. Then you can also do it to find conversations about your brand, book, or persona. Again, that goes back to when I was showing you the hashtag search. You can use the hashtags to search for people that are maybe looking for what you have, or you can use it to help them find you for what they're looking for. You can join in on conversations about relevant topics. Again, that goes back to the hashtag search. You can use it as research tools for when you're creating your content. You can really look at the whole stream of like what people are posting, and then you can go and think like, okay, well, a lot of people are posting about this right now. Maybe I should make a piece about like how they can use this to do this. You know, it's just like people are posting about, let's say, peaches or something, right? And then you can go and say, wow, a lot of people are posting about peaches. Maybe the summer is like when a lot of people like to eat peaches. So you're like, oh, well, maybe I can make a recipe on how to make peach cobbler, you know, and then I can put the hashtag of peaches in there. So now when people go and are searching for that, they find your recipe and your link for peach cobbler. So it's kind of that simple in a very, you know, bottom level or simple example, I should say. Yeah, again, you can go and use it as an archive tool where you can look for posts and then save the posts that you found. And, you know, really a lot of other different ways that I don't want to bore you with by like reading this whole list. If you really want to know and you really want to know the secret, I will tell you. But I don't know if you can handle it, to be honest. This is like some deep stuff. I mean, yeah, it's better save for another time, which is probably going to be in my next video. So in my next video I'll tell you what I'm talking about the rest of these whole hashtag things, you know, about like you know, seeing how your competition's doing, and also like using it like Twitter to have social proof, and then also to find people to grow your fan base and connect with as well. But in any case, really how Facebook is using, Jesus, really how Facebook is using these hashtags is, you know, when you hashtag something on Facebook, it indexes it, just like Google indexes sites on their search engine. So when you categorize your content, you just gotta know, like, if you have any issues about your content being viewed by everyone, known as the public, then you probably should not be putting hashtags on it if you don't want it to be viewed by everyone. That it makes it open to everyone, and Facebook indexes it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, like, luckily you're watching this right now, and if you're taking these steps that I've shared with you in this video as well as the two before this, then you should be excited because you're an early adopter to this new change, and by using it, you're going to be able to leverage what the changes have made available to us as marketers. And with that being said, only growth and success is going to follow. Just make sure that when you're using it, there is a certain rule of thumb that I would suggest. You don't have to do this. You do not have to, but I'm suggesting it from just an audience perspective and also a branding perspective. If, like, how many hashtags should you use? This is a big question, an important one at that. So ideally, you just want to target one at a time. Think of them like keywords in SEO or tags even. So ideally one, if necessary two. For SEO purposes, because again they're getting indexed and people are searching for stuff, 3 or 4. But I would say never more than 4. What happens is when you put more than 4 hashtags is people kind of start to turn away from it because they're like, Jesus Christ, this is so many hashtags right here. Like, wow, this person must be a spammer. I mean, like, they're just trying to target every category there is. And then people's interest wanes from your content because they think you're just trying to spam the shit out of everyone, and you don't want to do that. Pardon my French, I'm just trying to be real with you. So again, 4 at the max, 1 ideally, 2 if necessary, but again, because they're indexed, then just use them wisely. Don't just hashtag the crap out of everything. I mean, I know on Instagram that's cool, but it just, at the end of the day, if you're in this for the long term, you got to think long term, and you don't want your brand to, like, be going downhill. Even though you get temporarily boosts in traffic, it's basically going to look like this. Like, it's going to go up, but as it's going up, it's going down over time. So that's not the type of thing you want. You want something that's going up slowly, but also having boosts of traffic to go up as well. And that's what I'm trying to teach you. And if you take these steps and you apply them and take action, then you're going to be successful in doing this. Tomorrow, I'm going to cover one last thing, and that is really just connecting with people on Facebook, but also working on copywriting. I mean, I want to show you guys something that, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but to be honest, like, I wouldn't be sharing this with you if it wasn't actually working, right? So I have here my reports from Aweber, where you can see the percentages of people who are opening my emails. And I want to let you know that the open rate for the industry, for people who are opening emails, is really not that high. So, like, here we see the 2012 open rates for, like, house lists, I guess, or prospect lists is 22.1% and 11.4%. You may think to yourself, like, okay, that seems like it's decent, right? But really, like, 20% to 11%, just think about this really long and hard, because right after I show you this, it's going to be the end of the video, and then I'm going to, share with you what's next in the next video tomorrow. But really, 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 really take a time and a moment to think about what I'm about to share with you. If you're not getting that many leads for your business on a consecutive and daily basis, then imagine how hard it's going to be for you to grow your business if your open rates are only 22 and 11%. That's what it was last year, right? So this is a different chart than I was actually looking for, but I will tell you, the most excellent of marketers, they only achieve about a 30% open rate. And the reason why I'm sharing and really emphasizing this is because it's important for you to understand that, let's say, you're hustling and you're getting like 5, 10, 20 leads a day. You need to always be growing your list, because look at how many people are opening this stuff on average, right? Unless you have super awesome content like I do, you are going to have around these same open rates, or maybe even less, if you don't know how to do copywriting very well. So, again, it's important and vital to your business to really be growing your list every single day. That way it's growing and thriving, and eventually you're building these relationships with people that they actually want to have with you because they like you, and they're not just like, these spam, a result of the spam that you're putting out in all these different groups with all this software that who knows what. So, just keep that in mind. I don't know why you wouldn't be working with VSN at this point, to be honest. I mean, like, we provide high quality traffic, and the results are there to prove it to you. I don't really have to say much about it, but hey, if you want to know more, shoot me a message, go join our group, or just ask me for the link and we can get you started. So, last thing, I just want to show you my open rates. After showing you this is what, these are surveying like billions of people. So my open rates look like this: 65%, 51%, 41%, 46%, 31%, and then it just varies between there, right? So if you want to have open rates like a real gangsta, I'm just kidding. So if you want to have really awesome open rates, stay tuned for my video tomorrow and you're really going to love it, okay? I'll talk to you guys then.